Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, depending on, or evening, depending where you are in the world. It's a beautiful global family that we're seeing together here. Thank you for joining this Zoom, this video conference through Earth Peoples United. And this is in celebration and honoring of the summer solstice time that was on Saturday. And that today in the Mayan calendar is the day of Hunahpu, which is a very powerful day that I'm sure Eric will speak to. And this alignment of all these energies at this time, the solar eclipse, the solstice, a lot of planetary alignments, just this incredibly potent and powerful time that we find ourselves in this world. Incredible transformation and just so much happening. But particularly this year. So the summer solstice time is the time of the greatest light in the north. I know in the southern Brazil, you guys celebrated winter solstice. So it's so beautiful to have that balance that's even within our earth, right? But we're experiencing the longest day, they're experiencing the longest night. It's pretty powerful. So yeah, just wanted to say thank you to everyone here. There's a lot of beautiful wisdom keepers on this call with us or Zoom with us, and invite you to share a prayer with us today, Tat Erick, and a message for this time. I know we're just completing a lot of strong, beautiful ceremonies here at our land at Deer Mountain in Northern California, north of Mount Shasta. And I know a lot of people have been in ceremony and prayers over the last little bit of time. So feels really beautiful to be connecting in this way. For everyone that's new to this circle, welcome, and good to see a lot of familiar faces. You know, our intention here is really to grow this circle strong. This is our daughter, Ishel. Say hi to everybody. And I'm going to pass the talking stick to you, Tat Erick, and say thank you for your share today. And then looking forward to hearing from a lot of our beautiful wisdom keepers on this call, and just continue weaving our threads together into this tapestry of life. So, Matya Shoe.
Thank you, Nan, Heddi, and wow, good day to you, all my relations. You know, from this door in of our time to the door out of our experience of life. Everything has been full to us here at Deer Mountain. The last 7 days has been really powerful. Watching the full moon, knowing that it's going to eclipse. Then we started the ceremonies and fires, Mayan fires, sweat lodges, sacred medicine, combo, a lot of healing for a lot of people. Going through the healing, the purification, you know, and that is going a collective, you know. They said when somebody goes through that kind of a powerful spiritual transformation, is the waves of each of those humans are going to all the web of our species, our humanity. So receive it. You know, receive it. A lot of, like almost 40 people going incredible work, you know. And sometimes even through the medicine, we feel that we're not coming back. You know, we don't know where we're going, where we've been, who we are, what is it, you know, who's catch us, you know, how we release ourselves. And we went through all that. And lots and lots of prayers, you know, lots of blessings for the new generation, Elena being pregnant, getting ready to give birth to this cycle. Seeing our ceremony, the Mayan fire in the youth arbor at Berpa, you know, seeing the power of the sun and knowing that we are right through the eclipse, you know, knowing that today, the first day that the Lords of the Light, as we pray, we call them in, it manifests in the calendar, Hunahpu. Excuse me. And when we've seen that, a lot of manifestations of elements have come into our circle, into our land, into, you know, all that is, you know. So people are starting to go home to Mexico, to Colorado, to across to New York, LA, up to Portland, and all kinds of other places, people came to create the world we want to be in. And so not the fears and not the hesitations, we share that. So this has been our prayer, to entrust in the holy ones and divine, and then plant the staffs to move them forward, for all the relations. And so this is where we've been, and now we're here. And some of our relatives, we saw in our visions a while back, great pilgrimages, like Exodus from crazy places. Already some are leaving Miami, others leaving Washington, others going to leave Colorado. They're looking to buy land close to us and create the option of what we want our world to be. Not to get, captured in some office or some buildings or something that, but we want to start now moving forward to these Lords of the Light, our prayer, to bring forth and like turn the switch on to the light, turn the switch on to the love like we have here today. All new people, some with 30 years together, others 40 some years. My brother Pomo, Chris Partida came, reflected a lot of stories, what we've been doing all these years. We've been weaving each other's lives, and now it's like, okay, I'm ready to come up and looking for land too and stuff to make what we want our world to be. It's more than overdue, they say. So that's today, Achput, the first day. Those who have staffs, those who have the prayers, in 5 days from now, morning star will come in. The pentagram of the universe, right now they said 5 planets going backwards, pulling everything backwards. No way to keep going forward the way we've been doing. Even the planners are saying, well, we gotta retract, we gotta undo all kinds of things in our lives. And then the sun, the moon, everything is transforming, light and dark, what we want to decide. In 5 days, we want all of us, together, pipe ceremonies, sunrise ceremonies, gather your families, bring them in, strong, dance through the night and watch the witness of the morning star. It will start the last pentagram of our decision of what we want our world to be, and what the actions will have to be against all the stuff that we're being bombarded with. And so it's up to us. And many are saying, okay, I think we're overdue, but we can make it 3 to 5 years to create the sanctuaries, the fortresses, to unite the efforts and show the world we can catch it. You don't have to go the other way. So this is our prayer, been all these days for lots of years preparing for these moments, and so let it be known, that that's our intention. Anywhere you decide, create your neck of the woods, and we'll get together more. People are requesting our oral traditions, even through Zoom, to talk about how to anchor the mesa, how to anchor the forces of nature through us, how to dissolve, how to make things in order around us, inside of us, with each other, create the actions that will set us to a good future, a thriving future, a peaceful future, a recuperating future, to go clean up the future. Take a river and start cleaning up. Take a shore of the ocean, clean it up. Give that love back to Mother Nature. Let those spirits, let the Lords of the Light see you really caring. Show the forces of creation that we love, we care this earth, that we deserve it. That we are not the species to be extinct because we do not respect. They said that the caterpillar eats and devours, just eats, and then pretty soon it starts to vomit on itself. like the combo, vomit all the stuff from the generations and bombing all the sickness, transform the body and the mind, and going through this light, going through the spirit place. And then in the vomit, it destroys itself. And they said there's 8 8 essences inside, that it has the instructions to procreate itself into that different entity that we know as a butterfly. But there's one, the antibiotics, still after the caterpillar's dead, still want to defend itself, trying not to become the butterfly. So imagine us, we're vomiting and we've been devouring, and now even us, we want to keep that which already is not living anymore. Our bodies are transforming. And so the vomiting, the cleaning, the letting go, the fears, the hesitations, our ego, my name, I am this, I am done, I've done, it starts to dissolve, it's gone. But still we want to defend against the potential to become the beautiful butterfly. It's fighting itself. And the 8 spirits in there, the 8 moleculars that know that it has to become the butterfly, they say, antibiotic, keep fighting, because the more you fight me, the more you give me what I need to create myself, my new self. So we are fighting ourselves from the fears and all this, that we're hesitating, but we already know that that's the medicine to help the new frequency to evolve us. And so that as the carelessness, it starts to go and start shaking and stuff, and like we see people in the Tenonakas 3 days ago, going through the whole thing. We can't go there and help, because if we go and interfere when the butterfly is moving around, we kill it. The good intention becomes the death. So we got to do it ourselves. We have to do our own work. My job, our job there is to hold the mesa, hold the frequencies, keep praying, keep dissolving, and show the way. It's okay. People come to the altar. Are we going to be okay? No. Are we going to make it? Possibly not. Not the way we were. Not the way we want to continue. But we're going to come home. And when we come out of that ceremony, the joy, the gratitude, that people come and the altar says, I am so sorry for this disrespect in the altar. I'm so sorry for have anger against Mother Nature. I'm so sorry for having been so human that I didn't know. Others come and say, oh, I get it, Tata. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I get it now. A truly connection to God, to the essence of the universe. And we had to go through that death to vomit into ourselves. Get rid of that sickness. And let the 8, the Maya, the Wakchaki Bats, the Wakchaki Kech, the Wakchaki Kanil, is when we complete a cycle. We celebrate the new year. Why not 13? Why not 5? There's already the mathematics known through the Mayan calendar of what's happening in the law of nature. So there we were with those 8 moleculars saying, go ahead, fight me. Because the more you fight me, the more you're going to inspire me to become this beautiful butterfly. And you should see how happy the people are living the day before and yesterday, like so happy, so transformed, so grateful. Some have bruises, have scratches, some got lost in the woods, had to go find them, and I don't know how I got here, and I'm so sorry. I was like, it's okay. We got you. Everybody's going home. Little bruise, when they came, a lot of people were afraid, afraid to create the cocoon, afraid to die, afraid to heal, afraid to transform, afraid to surrender to the combo, to the little God people, to the fire, to the sweat lodge. Some of them never had any of those experiences. And boom, 7 days, solar, galactic, planetary initiation, spiritual initiations for all these people. A lot of young people, a lot of elders, a lot of people who have incredible things in the world. So now let's see if you can put it together. Hunahpu, our intention to bring forth the medicine. And what's it going to take? Fear and hesitation will not create the world that you need, that we want to be the world. Locking ourselves up will not create the world that we need. Isolating each other will not bring that new era. The people made out of honey that we went through. A lot of you went through that oral traditional time with each other. Instructions are there. The powers of the universe are on our behalf too. It's not just the lords of death wanting to eat us up and destroy this world. There's much beauty, but we have to be part of it. We must be courage, have faith, have trust, have the inner spiritual power to get through the ice, get through the illusions, get through all that is coming at us. So Hunahpu, Lords of the Light, we're going to pray today. Bring him into our world, bring him into our essence, to our conscience. Let us open the door, so let us in, help us out. I feel that we are worthy. We can make it, we can learn, we can change, we can shift, we can create a beautiful, thriving world. But we must unite. So they said that the mathematics of the possibility that the butterfly would change 1 to 1.7 billion in its collective consciousness. The instructions inside the caterpillar is that much, 1 to 1.7 billion. So we only need like 33 humans right now, 33 masters, 33 pillars of universal force. Is it you? How many of you is that one of the 33 to shift the consciousness of the 8.7 or 9 billion people right now? That is how possible it is. And right now, I think we had 86 people registered for this call. What if in this 86 that you keep showing up, you keep praying, you keep dissolving, we keep learning, we keep transforming. We have the 33 within our circle. What if all these oral traditions and the efforts we're making will make the difference to maybe some of our kids will be one of those 33 and inspire all of us. That's all we need, according to the mathematics of these moleculars. And that's how the thought forms in the moleculars is talking. The one butterfly will make a difference to 1.7 billion. So let that sink in at this time of the universe is opening doors. The planetaries, our ancestors are telling us, let's walk backwards. Let's get it, so when we go forward, morning star in 5 days. What is it? How many days now? 3 days now, 4 days now. The 25th will be morning star. Today is 22nd, I think, right? So 3 more days. Prepare yourselves. Open the circle. Call your relatives. Light that fire. Watch in the morning, sunrise. Be witness to the shift of the ages. Be the pillars, each one of you. Call in 50 people, 100 people, gather them up. Says, what do you want your world to be? Come and stand with us. Come and stand together at the beach, at the mountain. You know songs, you know prayers, you know how to light a fire. You know how to bring water, bring a gift, a flower to the morning star. It will set us up to the 8 years of a pentagram. So the next time if Creator give us the opportunity, We'll be talking in 8 years, watching the next pentagram begin, the era of the people made out of honey. You will be happy. You will be in celebration. Like, oh, we made it. We see that we could turn this around. We see that elders here, you will have a good way to look back and says, we gave them a better world. The road is clear. We got brooms and we're cleaning up, and that road is clear ahead. Come on, kids. Keep walking, keep going. Enjoy and thrive. Because this is our prayer. This is my prayer. So raise your pipes. If you have kids, if you think of the world, the butterflies, the trees, if you have enjoyed your stay here. You have enjoyed drinking water and have enjoyed eating corn, a strawberry, a sweet berry. You have enjoyed seeing a bird singing. Tell that to the nature. Tell that to your God, to your Creator. I really enjoy that butterfly. I really enjoy seeing those whales. I might not see a polar bear, but I have enjoyed seeing movies about them. And all the other people who are already are extinct. Talk to it in that morning star. 3 days, we said 2 or 3 days, I think, to 25th. Stand there and say thank you. And let's together bring the power to the spirits, the Creator. Say, yeah, okay. I will help you because I see there's more of you that will want the earth to be alive, want to care for the relatives, all your relations, the jellyfish, the turtles, the little worms, the bees. Okay. They will be prolific to us. They will help our children. It will help us. I bet you'll see. And we saw that here when all the hard things were going on with this medicine here. I stepped back and looked back, and we were inside a crystal lotus flower in the sky. Opening and closing, and we were underneath that. If you ever see Tibetan, the Hindu, the deities sit on the lotus, and underneath is all the worlds. The fear, the hatred, the love. That's where we were, making expressing all the aspects of our humanity. Rattlesnakes came on, the eagles, ravens, and other people come through. We had nothing missing. So this is what, as we get ready for this prayer, we wanted to set this in motion for us. There is so much to be grateful for. So much to go and appreciate. And some of our elders will share that as well here today. And Heddi will pick you, whoever is ready, to share your prayers, your inspiration. And I want to say thank you for you. Some of you, we've been through this a lot of years. We've seen each other grown and beautiful things. Some of us almost come to not be here now, but we're here. I celebrate you on this day of Hunahpu. It's been a great honor to be with you in this world. A great honor to see you. Bring your medicine, your songs, your beauty, your art, your music, your best, food, your gratitude, your generosity. Wow. So incredible. And that's why we are here together. Because we are holding those staffs. We love, we care. They say, how do you don't get tired, Tata? Because I love you. When I die, I'll rest for a while. But right now, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying setting up the camps, staying up the nights, getting up the early, or enjoying the food that's given to us, and washing the dishes, and setting up this or that, What an incredible honor to be doing all these things. So we're going to get ready for October again, another Wakshakibats here in the land. Already visions of how to invite the dancers and medicine and things that we can really pound the earth with our dance and prayer for days and days, and embrace this new era here, because that's a vision come true. I shared it to all our relatives. Dreams do come true. You believe in them. You pray for them. They will come true. And I am a test to that. All the dreams and visions have come true, thanks to you. And so let's hold hands, hug each other, and pray, talk in your way, and we'll send out this frequency of love, of intention, of the uniting and bringing the Lords of the Light through us, that each one of us transform ourselves to light beings. Our bodies can stay here for a little while. Become the light, become the spirit. What is it in the depthness, in the far off, that we bring it in right now? And we're gonna co-create this beautiful world of ours. Hana, 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 wa, hey, yo, oh, wa, oh, wana, hey, ane, hey, yo, ayana, hey, Ana, ana, wa, hey, yo, oh, wa, oh, wa, na, hey, ane, hey, yo, ayana, hey, ana, ana, wa, hey, hey, yo, oh, wa, oh, wa, na, hey, ane, hey, yo, ayana, hey, Malek kakao, kulug rukush ka, rukush chulif, rukush ka, rukush ya, rukush kastemal. Rokushka kotzihal, Rokushka kastemal, Matyushisha we ni malech katit kamama. Ni malech katat bitol kanan sakol olom kokolom. Lokolu kakao rinawal hunachpu. Hunachpu, bukuchunachpu. Hunachpu ishbalam kich. Matyushisha we ni malech katit kamama. To you, Mother, Father, Creator, Spirit of life, to you, great mystery. We thank you for our lives. We thank you for this incredible gift you have given us, to our spirits, our eternal flame, to come to this beautiful Mother Earth, this incredible place in the universe, among billions and billions of them. You chose us to come here to be witness to your beauty, to the diversity of life, the sounds, the smells, the colors, the vibrations, the spirits dancing and enjoying and living together in this Mother Earth through all the different elements. People of the waters, people of the air, people of the earth, people that are seen and those unseen, we thank you at this time. Great guardians of earth, pillars of the universal forces, to you, sacred beings who hold the frequencies of all the universal created forces. We are here as the family of the humans, the people made out of honey, earth people, in this place, witnessing this sacred beauty, And we ask to you, Lords of the Light, that you may fill us with your light, fill us with your love and your compassion, with that strength and that beauty, with that kindness and the respect and the love that we need at this time to shift ourselves from the places we've been, to again love and respect life and become ourselves Lords of Light, become ourselves children of earth, lovers of earth, people who respect each other, who honor each other. Let us partake in the God flesh. Let us partake in the sacred sacraments, the teachers to our soul, food to the soul, so that these bodies are healthy, that our minds are clean and clean in the ways of good thoughts, creating good medicines, good solutions, and to find our way home again, to sweep away the darkness and the confusion, all our behaviors that we have adopted from generations and generations, and to emerge into the collaboration and cooperation of the golden light, to pollinate each other through the many ways that we know what to do, to bring forth the medicine to each other and see each other in their beauty, to celebrate each other's beauty, to witness that growing of the nations into becoming the earth peoples again. People who grow our food, people who love the life, people who respect all life forms. Creator Hunahpu, may you guide us. Show us a way to travel the beauty way, the sacred road of abundance and peacefulness and loving and caring for all life. Please, Creator, may you forgive me for my humanity, and may you guide us to rejuvenate, to recuperate, to reconnect with you, Mother Earth, to you, Grandfather Sun, through that sacred ceremony of fire. Bring us inspirations, the illumination we need to warm our spirits so we're not hungry to devour the life forms. To use sacred waters to flow through us so we can adapt and readapt and enjoy the living of the sacred river of life, the freshness and the beauty that we get from these beautiful springs here. Mother Earth, may we lay our body down, surrender to you, and be renewed. Let the body lay down and die, and let the Mother Earth reclaim you, so that we again are born in the transformation of this time. To the sacred winds of life, we send this prayer out from our hearts, connecting our minds and our hearts, climbing those sacred mountains, and finally we are home. To send out the prayer through the frequency of all our relations of the human family and all our relations that we share this world with. Creator, we are your children. May you illuminate these relatives, create those 33 sacred beings to shift the whole consciousness of humanity. And they become the sacred leaders, become the future of our world with love, grace, and gratitude. To walk the beauty way with reverence, with beauty and strength for all this beautiful Mother Earth that we know we could recreate it, co-create it with you. I need your help, Creator. With this, release it to my brothers and sisters, these beautiful elders, my teachers, my family, people I love, people I admire, and all our relations here who are learning, who are walking, who are standing like the pillars as the guardians of earth, to witnessing what it took for us to come about, become the Lords of the Light ourselves. Matyosha weni malekaka, the koluch rukushka rukushulev. Matyosha weni.
Thank you, Tat Erick. Mm. Mm. So I'd like to pass the virtual talking stick to some of the elders on our call. If anyone feels called to share a message or a prayer, you can unmute yourself. I see Don Patricio and Marsha Forrest, Merle, Isabel, and Sweet Medicine. I think maybe he's calling by phone, or if you feel like you have a good enough connection that you'd like to share, I'd like to invite some more sharings on this call.
Good morning, everyone. Or is it good evening, or maybe it's good night? Not that important. What's really important is the fact that we are here together at this time. I will start with a little bit of a chant, a prayer, something to focus my energy. And then I will talk about something, whatever it is that the system wants to hear. Love, love, spiritual love, healing, spiritual healing, balance, physical balance, here in our lives. Please grant us love, love, spiritual love, healing, spiritual healing, balance, physical balance, here in our lives, here in our lives. Oh, thank you. A lot of the elders speak of things that need to be done. They talk about following the original instructions, and sometimes we give out all these beautiful instructions. And sometimes perhaps maybe we give out way too many instructions, because what is really, really important is not so much to know what to do as to actually do the things that we know. It is not enough to know the right way to live. It is not enough to know the right way to pray. It is not enough to know the right time to pray. But it is very, very important to do these things. And it's not that important that you do all of the things that you know how to do, because a lot of you have been exposed to so many teachers and so much knowledge and information that it would take every minute of your day to follow every one of these instructions. But if you're going to grow spiritually, you're going to have to take time from your physical life to feed that spiritual part of yourself, to exercise it. And that is what needs to be done. Just do some aspect of the knowledge and the wisdom that you have learned every day, at least once a day. because that's what's really important. We talk about waking up and saying good morning to the sun. Well, for those of us who have the opportunity and the capability to wake up before sunrise and stand out there and wait for that just peep of light breaking through the horizon and say, "Oh, welcome, grandfather. It's so nice to see you on this beautiful, beautiful morning that you're bringing us. And I really, really appreciate your presence and the gift of warmth and light that you bring into the world." And well, if you can do that, great. But you don't have to do that at that time. What if you just, when you leave the house in the morning and you see the sun shining, or you see your shadow and said, "Oh, wow, the sun's shining," and you turn your face for a brief moment, don't keep it there too long. Grandfather's sun's bright as heck. And you quickly look and say, "I see you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your presence." And then, of course, that'll start the process. By that time, it'll wake you up to the fact that, hey, I just said thank you to the grandfather. And then that starts a process of thinking. So now you have begun a spiritual day. And that's it. You just have to do it. But knowing to do that is not enough. And what about being grateful for that glass of water? You go to the faucet or the dispenser, or you open the bottle and you're like, now you're supposed to be grateful. But you really have to say, thank you. And just do that. If you do those two things, heck, if you just do one of those things, it will move you forward into the spirit world. It'll move you forward into a spiritual consciousness. And yes, it's nice to know all of these rituals and ceremonies and all the 180 steps to consciousness and all 10,000 original instructions, or however many there are. I'm still working on that myself, and I'm trying to make a list of the original instructions, because one of these days somebody's going to say, "What are the original instructions?" And I'm like, shoot, okay, let me see, what the heck are they? So anyway, but you don't have to do every single one of those, because if you do just the one every day, and you wake your spiritual self up, the original instructions will come to you, because you have put yourself into a spiritual mind, into a spiritual consciousness, and you will have awakened the spirit within you, and you won't need to remember all of those teachings that your teacher gave you or you heard from your grandfathers, and because now they're coming out of you. They are coming out of you because you are in that place where they were coming from when they were sharing them with you. And so, thank you. I have spoken.
Thank you, Patricio. A beautiful share. Your background is awesome. It's so good. You're set up for this.
Actually, it's just a sneaky way of letting you not see the clutter in my office.
It's so good. Anybody else like to share? There may be a few elders who are calling in by a phone. And I don't know, Warren and Karene also, if you would like to share. Nice to see you have a daughter and granddaughter on the call today.
say that feeling the sense of life is powerful. Knowing the aspect of you that has to do with being alive. It doesn't have to do with, it has to do with everything, but the aliveness of all the cells, of all your body, of all the surround and all the living things around you is an essence. And some people live that way. And some people lose it every so often. And that's the way it is, because we get pushed, and so we lose our sense of life and we become sort of like a piece of paper. And that happens because we live in this environment of just so much pressure from so many sides, pushing us away from our spiritual selves. And so sometimes you give in. But the essence that's important is just simply that you feel the life inside yourself. And that's my essence. And I could add at the end, when you get to be an old man and accept being an old man, which is difficult, and you've come a long way, and at the same time, the sense of life becomes really important as you move towards death, which inevitably comes. And then you treasure this sense of life at every moment that you can. No, I've said what I want to say.
Thank you. I just want to add very briefly. It's exactly 18 years since Tat Erick and Heddi came here and changed our lives to an extent I think nobody knew. I don't know how much you knew, Eric. I think we'll never know that fully. And sitting here in this total illumination and on Monarpu with all the light up here in the north, it's not dark at any moment at this time, and really treasuring this. And as you said, Patricia, giving the thanks and really in the sweetness of this light, remembering the darkness on the other side, the sweetness of the darkness in 6 months, and just really being in that beautiful ebb and flow of it all, of all the life that Warren talked about. So thank you all. I have spoken.
Thank you. We got to experience that summer solstice time with you and the light that's just ever present that far north. So amazing. Beautiful. Anyone else like to share?
Yeah, I can share from Sweden also. I just want to, I'm so grateful for being invited by my friends Warren and Karene. And I think it's the second time I'm meeting Tat Erick and your tribe. And yeah, it has been a special time for me also. I'm so grateful because I lost the sight of one of my eyes 1 month ago. And now with all the prayers and all the seeing is coming back slowly. And yeah, I just want to say that I'm so grateful. Very grateful for the deep wisdom in this call and for the prayers. And to being a part and being held of this beauty. So I have spoken.
Thank you. Thank you. I wonder, Marsha, if you would like to share something. I see you looking to try to unmute. There, I think that I hear you.
Yes, been having some challenging technical difficulties today. Anyway, I wanted to thank the men for stepping up and speaking, you know, at this time of our longest day of the year, and it was good to hear from them. And because I know we had that beautiful call with the grandmothers and priestesses, and I was hoping we would get to hear from them at some point. Yeah, just having that great gratitude and appreciation for what we get to witness each and every day, and just watching even, you know, the gardens now flourishing with all the efforts that went into planting those seeds months ago now, and taking care of things, keeping them watered, keeping the weeds down, and knowing those efforts are all going to pay off. You know, they're all already, we're eating, you know, the greens and the cucumbers, the tomatoes are almost ready, and we've had the strawberries. So just really noticing all that abundance of food, and being grateful for being able to gather it. And just that, you know, with those bits of efforts, we get to do that. And I think there's probably a lot of people this year who've gone into planting gardens who have never worked in the earth before, and have put those seeds, and they're going to have challenges and moments, and they'll learn lots. But even if they get a little bit out of it their first year, that's still going to be such a huge blessing for them. And, you know, and say, look, I did this, and it's just so much different eating food that you put the effort into, and you know where it comes from, and you know how it was cared for, you know how it was loved. And so yesterday morning, I wanted to share about the sunrise ceremony that we held here in Southern Illinois. And Eric talks a lot about, you know, making those commitments and efforts, and just showing up. And so it's the one day of the year for me where that really tests people's mettle, you know, like, are they going to roll over when that alarm goes off, or are they actually going to get up when it's so dark outside and head out? And it's the one day of the year where it's the earliest. If you're doing a sunrise ceremony, that's the earliest you're going to have to get up for a sunrise ceremony. So there were 4 women who showed up at this ceremony. It was still quite dark out, and where we held the ceremony, it's about a 40-minute drive actually from where I live. So it meant, you know, heading out pretty early. And we've had some unusual rains, and I know that night when I was going to bed, and I heard this rolling thunder going across the sky, and it was the longest rolling thunder episode I had heard. And so this was, you know, on the evening just before the day of Oshlahu, which is all about the thunder beings and the rain. And so the whole drive there, it rained, and we were lucky that we have this covered area where we can actually build our fire. So we had the fire going, and we stayed in ceremony. We shared our prayers, we shared our songs, we made many offerings to the fire, and just really had a chance to be around that fire. I think we stayed for about 2 or 3 hours, just because you know, the rain was pouring down, and so that was just, that whole purification was happening around us. But it just allowed us time to really visualize and share our words for the dreams that we were you know, wanting to come into being, to come into fruition, and the things that we had in our own thoughts and minds about what we were envisioning, but actually what could we do to help start to put some of those things in motion. So we were 4 women, but boy, it was pretty inspiring to be around that fire, because there's something different about doing it in front of the fire. You know, those words you're speaking, those prayers you're making, they're just coming from that deep, deep place, and that you better mean what you say. And so, so yeah, we have more actions, and we already see things unfolding as to some of the other ceremonies that are being called to be held here, and how some people who haven't been a part of it for a while actually are starting to show up again. Those who maybe haven't been a part of it for you know, a number of years, they're coming out to the ceremonies again. So I think that's really hopeful too. People are feeling that call to come in to hold that sacred place together, to get that inspiration. So when they go back out and go home, you know, they can help to bring that into their homes for their family and their friends and their communities. So yeah, I'm inspired. I'm already thinking though that the days are going to start to get shorter. And I just feel like summer just got here. But yeah, we're going to continue our efforts here, and hopefully, yeah, some of us will be able to come to Deer Mountain in October. That's part of my plan for action. So thanks again for bringing us together for this sacred time and prayer and community. And I love each and every one of you. Now
Yeah, thank you, Marsha. I've been reflecting a little that 1 year ago at this time we were completing our third Wisdom Keeper Council. There was the instruction from Spirit that came to reunite the fires. And so we planned a series of 3 councils that started in 2018 in August, and then we did one in Guatemala in December, and then we did the third one at the summer solstice time last year. And kind of amazed that a year has already gone by, but how powerful those councils were. And then following that last council, our brother Tosikana Stephen Simich brought us to Colorado and did another Wisdom Keeper Council that he organized. And that happened culminating on the day of Hunahpu in this Mayan calendar, which was 9 months ago, and just so much acceleration happening in this world at this time. It's pretty remarkable, and how much can happen so quickly. Yeah, so it's really good to be gathering up in this way again. And I wonder if any of the other wisdom keepers, Yellow Robe, Merle, I know you're on Sweet Medicine. We always love to hear from you if you're able to. I know you said your connection maybe wasn't so good. I know Vicky Moody.
I can speak. It's Sweet Medicine.
Great, thank you.
Sorry, I do have a situation now here in the forest of Oregon. Thank you, everybody who spoke. I'm in a deep process, as many of us are, and I just wanted to share a little bit of our transparency at this time. In my tradition, the 33 is called the Final Revelations. And within that is we'll call it like a drum beat or a rattle, the sound that's a high frequency, or even the grasses of healing. You know, we hear in our quaking aspen here. It's a time, I guess I would say, that we have to, it's a demarcation point. Like Patricia was saying, we know so much. We have learned and absorbed and remembered our multidimensional lives. And those effects of those lives, the poignancy of maybe one medicine we remember, comes through during this time. And it can be like clutter, like we've accumulated too much without wearing it or absorbing it. So come next Saturday when I speak to the Americas, my family's all over, all of you, if you wish to join us, is I'm going to speak about beyond the butterfly, really about the dragonfly, this incredible creature and its metamorphosis. Not like the butterfly, it goes through many more changes. And part of this is that it has within its own body a mechanism like we have. That's why I'm speaking about it, because I'm going through it. I physically am in it. About a hydraulics of us carrying water, as Patricio spoke, because it was on my mind today, just a simple act of thinking the river every day, that the water's still flowing. And likewise, when I relieve myself, my waters are still flowing. And when I find myself in tears, which has been almost every single day, I recognize the hydraulics, and I'm grateful for the water. But what that brings up for me in my traditional training is like the sweeping ceremony and high ceremony, but it's an unfoldment that happens from within. And in order to get there, we need to create, I'll call it sort of like this tidal wave inside of us that gives up, that lets go, that everything that we've learned in the beauty of the solstice and these eclipses that are going on, these alignments, these lords of light, this power day, that they create a tension inside of us. We could call that the illusion, because that's what dragonfly means, is the illusion. But the real truth is that it's transparent in its flight. It shows itself and it moves. And in order to get to that, we have to cry our tears, be disoriented, lose our place, not know where we're at. I have had 3 experiences in this last week of being lost on roads that I normally drive and have driven for years and be someplace else. Driving to Portland to stand up the teepee the other day, it took hardly any time. And when I drove home, the same occurrence happened. I was like looking at my clock going, something's wrong, something's right. Looking at this, we look at the like, oh my gosh, what just happened, in the negative, because we've been trained to compare, but it's actually what's right in this confusion. So I bless this timing, and I give thanks to Great Mystery for this sweeping, this flash flood that's happening within us, these changes of even our anger, that on the reverse side of it is our forgiveness, our letting go, and for the love that is being generated, not in the love like to fall in love. Thank you for all of that. For with that comes disappointment sometimes, and betrayals, and trust in this humanity and those who lead. And so I give thanks for seeing the beauty that there's nothing for us to do. It's like my grandfather's words come back. There's nothing to say, no place to go, and nothing to do. There is only this moment, filling it with our consciousness, awareness, being in the vibrational tone of it, looking at the signs, being in reverence that we do not know, and we don't have to know. That's the human. Thank you, Great Mystery, for the realization that the confusion, or, oh, I didn't get it, everybody else got there, I didn't arrive, what's wrong with me, to these beautiful unfoldments of like, my patterns on my beautiful tiger lily is different than someone else's tiger lily. Thank you for the different locations that we find ourselves today to hold your light in our staffs, our physical bodies. Thank you for the comprehension that is like in the flash of a micron of a second that illuminates us to the divine beings that you intended us to salt and seed this beautiful mother. Thank you for the loneliness, the separations, your profound awareness of what stirs some of us to become whole. And in these incredible 64 DNA chains that you've given us, these abilities to shift, may we go into this place today of these 33, claiming this beautiful cosmic order, this new revelation, that we can take it beyond the human, that we can take it beyond the situations that seem to be the blocks and the deterrents, that you give us, as always, a greater plan that is not humanly seeable. Guide us, unfurl us, open our flowers, call forth the pollinators that we today can stand in this light with all those that have passed before us, including ourselves through many lives, that we sacrifice the form to be transparent, like the very beautiful wings of these dragonflies, unfurled by your watery presence inside of us, the flow of life. Gratitude and thank you for all of those and the little efforts and the grand efforts, whether we move to be close to each other or we move apart. May where you place us be the right sanctuary, the right fireplace that you designed for us this day, in love, in light, and moving the staffs forward. May we always shine for you. Uh-huh.
Aho. Thank you. I feel called to just share a reminder and message that comes from the story of the Hunahpu that we're inside of, which are the sacred twins who have to go and face the challenges in the underworld. They have to go down to Shibalba, and they have to pass their tests that are presented to them that are seemingly impossible. And the way that they do that is through their alliance with the natural world. So they're asked to smoke their tobacco and keep the tobacco lit all night long and return it in the morning without it ever being touched. And so they call upon the firefly who alights on the end, and the lords of the underworld peek in to see what's happening, and they keep seeing the tips of the cigars illuminated and glowing, and it's because the fireflies are doing that. So in the morning they're able to return it. That's one example. And another is the needing to name and voice the presence of who these lords of the underworld are and speak their names. And I feel like that's happening right now in our world, that we are being asked to really look and identify and speak the truth of things that have lain under the surface that are coming up to the light right now to transform, and how powerful it is when we even speak the names of these underworld places in ourselves and our societies so that they can be transformed. And in the story, the way that they learn the names is they ask the mosquito, and the mosquito goes and bites one of the lords of the underworld, and they say, "Hey, Bone Crusher, why did you do that?" And they get to learn all the names. So again, just the allies that we have at this time. So I just felt called to share that at this time of Hunahpu. Such a powerful story, and in the end, the twins are able to bring the lords of the light back to the world. So at this potent time, just knowing that we do have so many allies to call upon, and each other included. Merle or Yellow Robe? Merle, would you like to share something?
I just want to say blessings and gratitude to everyone. I've been really, digging deep inside to understand all these different feelings and teachings that are coming through over the last while. And it's been enlightening to hear other people talking about what they've been going through. And, it's beautiful to see how the young people are stepping forward and doing the things that they haven't done in the past, like building gardens, and how connected families have been over the last while has been really a beautiful blessing to watch. And I almost get into fear, and then I remember that deep love connection that I have with each of you, and the teachings that I've learned from you and throughout time through other beautiful leaders. And Bobby Lake has been really deep in my heart and working to help guide me in a good way, and just trusting that the guidance is good, and just being really strong and recognizing the work that people like Bobby Lake and others are doing for us and with us, because that beautiful curtain between us is so thin. The veil is so thin, and I recognize that, so I don't have that deep sadness for his moving on, as I do have a lot of sadness for all of us here on this planet. And I think that's what I've been feeling, because we know the beauty that awaits us. And I recognize that every time I think about loved ones that have moved on, like my parents and dear friends and stepchildren and friends, you know, and just recognizing what we're working towards for the betterment of our children, the unborns, and the future of our young people, and trying to dig deep to find some answers for what now, my love, you know. And it comes, and it's love. And every time I have that question, it always comes back to love. Because love, it has been the answer all my life. The love, even through sad and bad times growing up, the love of my parents and the love of my grandparents kept us strong. So I just want to reiterate, you know, that part, that love is the most important thing of all. And the birthing of new babies is so beautiful. I'm awaiting a grandchild, so I'm looking forward to that with an open heart. And that makes me really think about all the goodness that still lies ahead, and preparing the sanctuary where I can go and pray on my land here. You know, we cleared the land and we can now build a nice fire pit to pray at. And just looking forward to all the goodness, being able to see my sister in the flesh and give her a hug. It's been a long time. We've never been apart this long. So I really look forward to that time. And I look forward to the greeting of the day and 3 days, because I know that the most powerful time is to spend it right within it. I understand what Patricia is saying, because, you know, when you get older, you get a little more tired, and waking up at odd times is not as easy as it is when you're younger. But I feel that that connection will be like that much stronger, even though I know I could get a little bit of it if I just look towards the sun. But thank you very much for the blessing of all of you, and I appreciate everything. Hoa. Hoya, 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 ho. Hoya, 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 ho. Hoya, 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 ho. Danke kuyalan. I have spoken.
Oh, Merle. Good to hear you.
Okay, is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hi, Yellow Row.
Yeah, hi. Really thank you so much for bringing us together. And kind of when I sat down here today, I was just going through some thoughts. And the first thing that came to me was, well, what happens when it doesn't go how we have things planned? We have these ideas in our head, and Saturday for me was a good example of that, because we were putting up our teepee, and I'm used to a lot of times we put it up and then we have to take it back down, and then we have to put it back until we get it right. And so, you know, we were all there, and it was really good, and it's raining a little bit, but it's still really beautiful out. And so we got the teepee up, and it was looking okay, but the front wasn't right. So it was kind of like, okay, what if we do this? What if we do that? And then after a while, it's kind of like, okay, we got to take it all down again and start over. And so we started doing that. And so here we go. You know, those poles are really heavy, and the cover is really, really super heavy. And so we got the poles up in the right place, how we figured things would be right. And we actually went back to the old way where you pace off the teepee and set the poles according to the cover instead of by the numbers with the tape measure. And so it looked like it was going to work really good. And then we saw that our covers were torn up. They got torn up, and the fabric was too old, so we couldn't do it. And so, but we still, with the poles up, there's that eagle's nest up above. And so that space, you could feel the difference. And what was meant was at the top of those poles, there's what we call the eagle's nest. And we put the 4 flags up there to bring in that spirit. And so we lit a fire. And it was beautiful because there was a man with his son. And so I asked his son to strike the fire for his first fire. And then his dad said, yeah, I want to learn too. So it was the father and son for their first fire. And it was just beautiful. They were excited about it, and it was beautiful. And they lit it so quick. It was just kind of like, we're all going, it's not going to be that easy every time. Sometimes it takes you striking forever, and it finally goes. But for them, it was just like tick, 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 boom, and everything just took off. And so we had really a beautiful time together, and good prayers. And Sweetie shared some really great stories for us, and we sang some songs, and it was just a beautiful day. And then it was time to send the spirits back, and we used a song to send the spirits back. And as I was singing that song, I just right by, well, between, was probably the southeast, there was 2 crows that were chasing this red-tail hawk. And what we have in our yard here, we have a lot of cherry trees, and the cherries are pretty much, you know, they're pretty much going over the hill now. It's at the end of the season, and a lot of those cherries are fermented. And the hawk and the crows are pretty making a lot of noise right now, and they're chasing everything around. We just see drunken crows all over the place. And there they were chasing the hawk away. I don't know if they have nests down there somewhere or whatever, but they flew up here to the east, and then they circled around to the south and kind of disappeared there. And I almost stopped my song, just going, oh, look, look, look. And but then as that happened, I was asking myself, well, what is the message? Because for us, the red tail is the messenger. And just all that happened during the day, it was just a thing of, you know, we have this plan, and what happens when that plan doesn't go right or as we think. And then the feeling was surrender and let go, you know, and things will happen as they are, as they're meant to be. And then when I thought about that red tail, that being the messenger, asking, well, what is the message? What is the message? Like trying to think of that message. And then the thought came to me was, be the message, you know, not just look for the light that's outside of us, or, you know, even in the ceremony or in the fire or anywhere, but really just to be that fire, to be that message, to be that light in our lives. And, you know, the spirits have shown me so many times and in so many ways, you know, where grandfathers have told me just to stand up and face the east, and I do that. And then all suddenly in a ceremony, I'm standing in the west, I'm standing in the east facing the west. And I was kind of like, well, this isn't my place. But then I realized that things have changed now. It's not that I'm looking to that light for the answers, but it's my time to be that light. And so it's a time to surrender and to let go, because I don't know these things, you know. I'm just me. I'm just a man, a 2-legged person, just speaking from the heart as best as I can. And every time I listen to those head thoughts, I get in trouble. So Thank you all. I'll just sing a verse or two of a song here. And this song, basically we're saying, Great Spirit, have pity upon me and to please help me. Thank you.
Thank you, Yellow Robe. Oh, we finally got Diane Brown just joined us. Haida Elder. She's been trying to get in. We'll find you. And I know you just joined our call, Diane. I don't know if you want to share anything, Eric, and then maybe we can see if Nana Diane has anything she'd like to share.
Welcome home, Nanay. Welcome to this family here. You were here once before, and glad that you made it. We'd like to introduce our Nana Diane Brown from Haida Nation over there, way north in the islands, you know, where she is one of the members and grandmothers of the Elder Circle. Been through the nations as a beautiful grandmother and great wisdom keeper. Like to see if you can share something, Diane. And I'm so happy Creator got you through the time of your health and all that. You know, wow, so grateful.
How?
Yeah, and so whenever you're ready, here we go. Love you so much, Diane, and blessings to your family, and happy Father's Day to Chinay and all the papas over there, and thinking of all you as a beautiful family. So thank you, Nana.
Happy Father's Day to you too, Tata.
Oh, thank you, Nana.
Guaran at Hanadi Kiraga. Kayas Lanas at Udi Kirawaga. My name is, Haida name is Guaranat. I have a few other Haida names, and I'm with the Kayas Lanas clan. My chief is Katlai. I have a message came. We're all in this COVID business right now, where everybody's been at home and the animals have been loving it. But I think it was important. I heard this message from a very elder from Vancouver Island. And he said, when you go through an experience, such as, you know, being at home for 3 months, which was stressful for some people, and when that period is over, when the struggles are, when you're through with a struggle, when you come out of it, it is so important. It's like being a newborn baby. You surround the people that are coming out with love and caring. You feed them. And you treat all the people coming out with as much love as you can. And that way, hopefully the goodness that's going around will keep on. And the other thing that kept coming when I was asking for help to talk on this, I think that answers are in our legends. The Haida legends, our creation stories. And if you get into it, very deep into it, it's our people didn't look at the river and see fish going up the river. Our ancestors said, oh, look, the spirits are coming up the river. Everything in our culture has a spirit. Every living thing has a spirit. And so consequently, everything has to be treated with respect and care and love. And just from there, it keeps going, expanding. And I had a revelation with one of my stories, the creation story of when the loon was tired of swimming around. He wanted land. So he left the waters here and flew up to his grandfather. He came across a cloud and he opened the cloud with his beak, and there he saw a house, a Haida house. So he went in, or he saw it, and before he went in, he transformed from a loon to a human. And when he was walking in, there was a fire burning. And 2 crystal logs were by the fire, and he noticed that the fire was also crystal logs burning. But the story says these crystal fires burn forever, for everybody on this earth. They've never gone out and they will never go out. And as long as those crystal fires are burning for us and we keep honoring that, it would be a good thing for the earth. So I'll stop for that. Those were the messages I wanted to share. Is when the loon becoming a human first when asked for land. And then the legend is very lengthy, but I thought it was important to share about the crystals. How the kill gidal and goose the scouty gidal left kill. Thank you for listening.
Awa Nanai Diane, it's a great honor to have you join this call, and thank you for persisting to be able to join. A great honor to hear your share today. Yeah, thank you.
I hope I'm not right off the wall because I haven't heard anybody else.
It's absolutely perfect. Thank you. Yeah, so much love to everyone up there.
Thank you. Hoa.
Hoa. I think, Eric, I'm going to pass it to you and see if there's any closing reflections you have. If you want to keep it open, that's great. Let me know. And we've passed our hour and a half, but we can go till 12, or if you have anything more you want to share after hearing the other shares.
Yeah. Thank you to all of us here, my sister, Sweet Nation, going through all this, beautiful things. And my brother Patricio, we went to many places, Right behind me, there's a Akoma pot. If you can see it, it's black and white, and it has an eagle feather and a condor feather. It's gifts from me. One was completing a tipi ceremony. A man from the Lakota gave me that. I said, thank you for this day. We went through the night and we prayed, and now here's my this feather. And the other one, when I was in Peru, in Quero, we're doing a ceremony in a place called Ollantaytambo, Sacred Valley. They gave me that as as our part of our journeys when we went through Colombia and through Nambe, Guatemala, other places to see what was the elders to share with us and what we needed to do for these times, you know. And so our journey as well up through Haida, the prophecies come true. I wear a double-headed eagle tattoo on my arm that my first wife, Nancy, she beat it at my pipe bag when I was learning to smoke, you know, to pray. And since 1977, I've had that symbol. And it was 30 some years later, I'm in Haida, and they adopted me into the Joth clan and put a robe that you've seen in other causes in our living room, the robe of the double-headed eagle. And wow, you know, coming from Guatemala, from one of our clans, our society of the double-headed eagle, you know, born with that, and then be gifted that into the Haida as we were sharing the fires, walking with the condor and the eagle, all the prayers to unify our nations, unify our peoples from the world. And now as we see, we're all Earth people here, many nations, other times we've seen others, and our circles too, you know. It's about unifying this love we have. You know, like when I was homeless, coming in and being adopted to the Mexico, Teocalli, with Tlacaele, you know, became a Pili Mexico, you know, is a son of the people from Mexico, the Aztecas, Chichimeca, adopted there at the Avenue of the Ancestors in Teotihuacan, given the name of Ome Acahecat. Some of you know me by that for a long time. Then adopted into the Arapaho Coyote fireplace a while back, you know, being in that place, you know, make sister and brothers in there. And others, you know, that we've been sanctifying our relationships. In Haida, they asked Uncle James, the historian of the Haida, what the name to be given, you know. So he said, Gada, and told the story about what that was, you know, and so the same, you know, adopted into the beautiful nation up there, in the way we prayed over there, the same way we pray in Guatemala, same pray in Europe there with Warren Karene, with the Sami and others, the Viking people, and other places where we travel with Patricio, with our pipe, and the connection to creation, you know. And some of you also, we've been through other places where we prayed, you know, elder circle all around, you know, and in our confederations of the Maya. What is us to do as human beings, you know? How are we to recollect, remember, like Patricia says, so we know so much. And when they took us to Tallberg, over there in Tallberg, Sweden, big banner by scientists and kings and presidents and CEOs and people with the Nobel Peace Prize, and Kofi Annan, the president of the United Nations, and all that. And they said, we know what we have to do. Whether we're going to do it is another thing. And so they know what we have to do. But I feel they will not come from those corporations, governments, officials, or anybody that work for them. Not from army officials, not from these companies or anybody who they think they represent us right now. It will come from us. It will be us who will have to insist that they step down and out of the way. For the medicine people, the elders, the young people. It was Karene here, my daughter there, Maya, others. They are the future. This is their world. We're taking their future. But it's going to take unity among us. So the condor and the eagle was embraced, and the prophecies were sent out for us to support, collaborate, and to unify the people. We did that in New Mexico, in Colorado, and other places. We unified the people. 700 people from many different nations at Chimayo, holy place to be at in a neutral ground to pray for unity. And our efforts continue. And so we are calling because I need help. I need you to stand in the circles wherever you are, and to come around or bring us to the circles to dance, to pray, to do like others are saying. What do we need to do? And I would say it's like Gandhi did. You know, start shifting so we create our own systems. Elders talk, we have so many elders with great wisdom still. And we have, that's what we've done so much for a lot of years. I think over 60 world councils we have sponsored and collaborated with, and been part of many others, just as much as double, in being part of those circles, to add a little grain to the efforts to recuperate our humanity. So like in Colombia for 14 days, we did just medicines and counsel. I don't remember what we ate, if we ate dinner or lunch or breakfast. I know I drank a lot of ayahuasca and yopo and peyote and other ways, you know, and dissolve in the prayers and being in the Malocas, deep in the rainforest. What are we to do? How are we to do it? And that's what the ashes of all the elder circles and those ceremonies are in that pot. We all gathered prayers from all those places, and it's sitting here on top of this altar here, always reminding me, the beautiful elders, all the efforts that have been done, what we are inheriting. And someday I want to put them in tiny little bags, so sharing it with many of you. And so those prayers are in the charcoals, memories alive. Someday maybe we'd eat it and take all those prayers inside of our body, so our molecular will remember what was said. And even the spiritual, just holding it. The spiritual energies are around these bundles. But we need to make the circles, create the gatherings, light the fires, build the swellages. Sure, there's some people say there's nothing to do, but I feel there's a lot we can do. A lot to remember, a lot to experience, a lot to fall in love with again. We need to smell the cedar coming off those coals after the prayers in the teepee. The angelica root on the stones in the sweatlets. That's medicine, it's food. That's what we continue to sit up and, like you said, watch the sunrise or watch the sunset. Or like this, we're sitting up, taking the time to hear each other, to feel each other, to see each other. But I feel that when we're going down to Santa Ynez at the end of this month, July, no, Heddi? To another ceremony, another prayer to create the frequencies of planting trees, planting the memories, planting the songs, planting the intention, so that others may be inspired by it. Because we're going to need action, shifting, participation, our own purification. When we saw through the medicines here, man, we're getting torn up, we're dying, and then we got to find our way home. We got to do, I feel, witnessing, doing our spiritual work, learning to dissolve with the plant people, with the animal poisons, by the administrators, by the medicine people, by the Indian doctors, by those songs, by those prayers, will help us shift our conscience. The little people, the Tenonakas, the little God people, that's what they're there for. Help us get us home again, because we got lost somewhere in the underworld. It's not normal for us to destroy the gift that was given to us free. It's not normal that we continue to destroy the only home we got. It's not normal. Something is not right. And so we get to remember, we get to rejoice, and we get to go through. And yeah, it's a battle. You're gonna battle for your soul. Your body is gonna die here. We're gonna love to live it here. Learn, see that, oh, my body's gonna feed a tree, or ash is gonna go in the winds. It's good, beautiful. That's why we were born to someday lay our bodies down and go home. But how and what we do in this world is what I feel we're gonna take with us. What will make a difference in their next birth. If you want to be a butterfly or dragonfly, or a beautiful dragon, or a stellar, or just a little dust in the universe, we will continue to that eternal flame that Diane or Nana are talking about. That's why we keep feeding. Go make the travel. Transform yourself and walk into that lodge. And then witness for yourself that eternal fire. I got to see that a couple of days ago. We were underneath the crystal lotus flower, the heavens, where all the madness, the worlds were being manifested, and we were battling for our lives. And now you should see the smiles and the happiness and the joy of the people going home. Wow. Just wow. Thank you, Creator, for that opportunity. But it will take courage. You will take the power, spiritual love that my brother here talks about, Patricio. The wisdom of Warren and Karene over there, our elders. We have it right now here. But we have what it takes. We have the land, we have the water, we have the kivas, we have the tipis, we have the lodges, the temazcalis, we have the gardens, the open arbors, the medicine wheels. We have the carriers of the pipe. We have the roadman, roadwoman. We have the orators like Oren Lyons and others who inspired us. Great teachers. We have the dances and the songs, and our nations are reflowering all around Indian country and other places as well. So it is a beautiful renaissance of humanity. And yet we've got to do more. It's not enough. And it's not that, oh, I'm never good enough. We just to start to enjoy walking the beauty way. And yeah, you're going to sweat, you're going to get blisters, you're going to get calluses, you're going to get tired, hungry, cold, hot. They experienced everything up here. First 3 days, like, oh my God, it's so cold, rainy, and then, oh, now it's so hot. We don't sleep, we don't get up, it's too hot, it's too cold. The taste of life. Now I'm inspired to bring in the generation who's getting lost with the festivals and the drugs, the alcohols, and the violence and the separations and all that is happening. Bring them in, create the circles. Bring some of this, our beautiful elders here, and we'll tell a couple stories, make you laugh, make you cry, make you yearn to go home, help you have strength. Many have fears, now they're so gratitude. What was it? It was any reason to fear? No, no, nothing. Just like a lot of joy. But of course, when we are in front of that battleground, we see the demon. Yeah, it's scary. It's really scary. It takes courage. It takes the warriors of time, spiritual beings, to embrace yourselves, trust yourselves, believe in yourselves. Love yourselves, respect yourselves, challenge yourselves, and then congratulate yourselves. Congratulate you. Yeah. Good job, my son, my brother Eric. Good job to you. Whew. Wow. Very nice job. Then rest and get ready for the next one, because that's what it will take. That's what we've done. You see, now we come through and said that Eric the tornado, Heddi the tornado come in, and then and then we go to another place and the same thing, you know. But it gives us more energy. It gives me more energy. It teaches me more. It humbles me more. I appreciate more. And I get to love more. And what a medicine to have, to live with. So we live our love and we love our lives. And that's the medicine of today. Hunach Pu, may you rise to the occasion, they say. May you rise and become your prayer. May you rise and be the shield, the staff of life, that you will become that beacon. Show us the way. Lead me. Guide me. I will follow you. I will follow you. And when you get tired, maybe I'll step in front and continue so we can get the next ones to follow and come around. Let's keep going. Open the circle. Bring your families, your loved ones. Put the staffs up. Find a way to talk to each other, to encourage each other, protect each other. You watch, at the end of the day, there will be nothing lost. I tell so many of my relatives who trusted us, what have we lost? We spent $50,000 in a gathering, so what? Look what it's done to the people. We planted beautiful gardens in human life, in the human consciousness. And we had fun. We enjoyed ourselves. What did we lose? We gained everything. So far, we haven't lost nothing. People happy, joyous, being honored, being blessed. Then we can laugh together, not at each other, not mocking each other or belittling each other. Encouraging. Yeah, bring it. Light them up. Make it better than what we could ever even imagine. For I will celebrate your triumph. I will harm myself in your house because it's a beautiful place. And that's the medicine of these times. People made out of honey. That beautiful honor to witness what it took for you to get this far, or to see you start the path like all these young people that came around here. I never experienced such a thing. Wow. So may you walk the beauty way, my family, our relations, and blessed be at this time. Embrace the new dawn. It is you who will make it beautiful. So beautify yourselves, and we'll pray on 3 days, on the 25th, to watch the morning star. Blessed be. Matiyoshawe.
Matiyoshawe, Tat Erick. Thank you so much to all of the beautiful wisdom keepers who shared on this call today, and all of the medicine that each and every one of you is carrying. We'll be sending out this recording, and for those that are listening to this recording, I hope that this medicine touched you as well. And we'll also be sending by email some information about upcoming offerings we're doing, and every equinox and solstice we do these gatherings together, and just sending so many blessings to each one of you and your families and this beautiful time as we go into the summer or the winter in the South. And yeah, let's stay connected, and just so many blessings to each and every one of you. I'm gonna unmute us all, and we can say, or actually it doesn't allow me to unmute everybody like it used to. So people can unmute yourselves, and we'll say goodbye to each other, and just so much love and deep gratitude to each and every one of you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Everybody.
Love you
Yeah.
all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Aloha, everyone.
And blessings to you all.
Thank you so much. Blessing. You well.
Bye.
Oh.
Aho.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
unconditional love.
Hello, everyone.
Be healed. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Blessings. Love you all.
Bye. Bye.
Till next
Bye.
time.
And Sweet Medicine, if you want to send me the information about your call this weekend, it sounds like I'd be happy to put that also in our communication to go out so people can join that as well. I'll send you a private message as well.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Blessings.
And in my dreams.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. Bye, everyone.